Well, hello. This is Rosa rcgkreations. How are you doing? Okay, today, something new for me. I see this number 10 can. I'm going to bring it up here so you can see it. Ooh, it's a big heavy one. It's a can of peaches and a can of fruit cocktail that I got at the grocery store yesterday. I was over there. I'm pressure canning chili. So I'm recanning canned chili. And I'll put a link in the description box to that video. But that's in the pressure canner. Now fruit is low acid. I forget, low acid, high acid, I forget which one of those are. But I'll put a little pop-up in the video. So it takes water bath canning. Okay, and it's only, I think it's 15-20 minutes. I forget what it is, but there'll be a full description of the recipe and how to do the whole thing from beginning to end in the description box. Okay, and this is just water bath canning. So let's get started. Okay, you definitely want to have a little container of vinegar, a clean paper towel, because you're going to dip it. Clean the rims of the jar, and every one of these jars, every jar you use, no matter how many times, every time you use it, when you get ready to can, you run your finger through there to see if there's any cracks or bubbles or any indentions, because you just never know. And if there is, don't use that for pressure canning or water bath canning, because the seal probably will not work. It might, but it might compromise its seal. Okay, I'm looking at my steamer because it's got a full steady steam, so I'm thinking I'm having to set my timer. Okay. Set my timer for 10 minutes. Once it on the pressure canning, once you've got a full flow of steady steam, I've got other videos on all that, and but I'm waiting for. Let me set my timer because it's pretty much a full steady steam. Okay, let me get my timer here. Timer. 10 minutes. Okay, so now that's set for 10 minutes. And then in 10 minutes, that's when I'm going to turn down my heat. Let it get, put my weight on. Then let it get up to pressure, depending on your altitude. And then we do the processing. And processing time for anything with meat is 75 minutes, okay? And I used pint jars because we're empty nesters. It's just me and hubby. And sometimes he just wants some chili because it's a quick and easy meal. If we don't have any leftovers or in a hurry or he forgot, he'll just grab him a pint of chili with some crackers or some Fritos, and he'll have that for his lunch. I don't really care for that for lunch. Okay, so I opened up the cans, and this is made. I didn't have much of an option of, let me get my little dirty towel that I have here. And I got my little sweat towel because I am burning up a sweat, but I had to turn the fan off because it's very, very noisy. Then all you're going to do is, oh, I forgot my funnel. Got to have the funnel. Sorry about that, guys. My trusty old funnel. That just makes it less messy. You want to use a spoon with holes in it, and I got my big one just in case I needed it, but I don't think so because I think it's going to be too big for these small jars, but I brought it just in case. So now all you're going to do, there's all kinds of ways of doing it, and I've done research, and I'm for the quick and easy method, so I'm going to do it this way because I saw a lot of, yes, number one, first thing, do your own research. You do what you think you need to handle for yourself and your family, because you're your best choice. Clean hands, clean table, clean everything. Okay, and I'm just going to lay this one peach down, standing up. There we go. Oh, it's going to be a messy job. Oh, I forgot to use my funnel. And you want to give yourself, I wrote everything down in my phone, because I actually went to the National Home of Preservation. I went to my ball book, and I went through a bunch of videos, and I Googled it. So I picked one that I thought was pretty decent. And then, oh, here's my stuff. Okay, gotta find my calendar. Okay, move all the way, Cotton. Okay, so here we go. Fruit recanning. These are number 10 cans, the water bath. When you water, you fill up all your jars. You want to debubble. Definitely always debubble every mason jar when you're canning, water bath canning or pressure canning. You want always debubble whenever there's food involved. Okay, if it's a liquid like a broth, you don't have to debubble, stuff like that. Okay, or like if you're going to make like juice or concentrate, something like that, you don't have to debubble liquids, only when there's any solids. And then we're going to water bath can it for 30 minutes for pints, 35 for quarts, and we're going to leave a 1-inch headspace, which is this second little line right here. This bottom line right here is 1 inch. This is 1/2. I forget what that one's called. Okay, so let's get her filling and a rolling. I'm only going to do a few because you don't need to see me watch me do this. And once it's done, actually I'm going to go ahead and just do it now. Oh, I didn't bring my spoon. I need a spoon with that has solid. I just love this size spoon. For me, it's perfect size. But you're going to get your liquid from your syrup. And this is where it needs to be 1/2-inch headspace. And if you're off a little bit here and there, better to be lower than higher because you may compromise your seal. Oh, forgot my debubbler. I'm just forgetting everything. I'm also extremely very hot. And I'm making excuses. I should be more prepared. And I apologize, y'all, for that. Alright. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that pretty? So we're going to have peaches and fruit cocktail all winter long because these are going to be canned now. Heidi and I are not a whole lot into fruit. Canned fruit, we're not a lot. We don't eat a lot of it. But it was a good special. It was a good price. And before the prices got higher, and sadly, none of us know what the economy is going to be like. So I'm just doing it to the bottom lip. Because for me, that's good enough. But again, like I said, you do you. You do what you think is best. And then I forgot to show you what you would do. Because I'm going to go ahead and do all this. Because the other canning videos that I have a couple of them, go through all this step already over and over and over. But if somebody hasn't seen it, wet paper towel, brand new clean paper towel. And then you just wipe it to make sure that any syrup or any drippings of anything are away from the seal. Of course, you got clean hands, and you put one of your fingers and test it to see, because your hands have natural oils in it. I always go back again with my clean part of the towel, my paper towel, and that's done. And all I gotta do is put a ring on it, fingertip tight. Put a lid on it, fingertip tight. One more time. Put a ring and then one more time. Put a lid and then put a ring. Close it, fingertip tight, and then you put it in your canner. And whenever you're doing cold items, cold food in the jars, you want to start off with a cold canner. And if you're doing hot items, you want to start off with a hot canner. So cold, hot, hot. Okay? So I'm just going to leave my little towel here and there. And I'm going to do this next one. And then I'm going to turn you off. And then we'll bring you back when the processing time. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring you back to when I put them in the canner. And you want the water to be at a rolling boil. Then that's when you start your timer for your processing time. So now I'm just adding my syrup, because you do have to put liquid in there. My steamer is going good on my pressure canner. So for those of you who don't have a pressure canner but have a water bath canner, this is great to do all your jellies, your jams, your syrups, canning. You can actually make these from fresh peaches, frozen peaches. I personally wouldn't do frozen peaches because I think they'd be too soft, but that's just me. I could be totally wrong. And I have no idea, again, since I don't know. I'm just going to add just a little bit more syrup to this. There we go. Probably could have got away with another peach in there, but since Hubby and I are just empty nesters, just a quick little snack like this is more than enough, because this is canned in its own syrup. You can make your own simple syrup with sugar and water and boil in it, but I wanted to do something quick and easy because I've got 5 different projects I want to do this today. This is Saturday, my day off. Thank goodness I'm off Saturday and Sunday. Cuddy had to work today, so he's not here. So I have the kitchen to myself. Actually, the whole house to myself. I already did my morning chores. The necessity stuff, you know, laundry, clean up, pick up, make up the bed, change the sheets, stuff like that. Test it to make sure there's no indentions. I'm going to wipe it again with a clean part of the towel. And that's ready for a lid and a ring. Okay, so we're done. I'm going to finish all this up, and I'm going to bring you back when I'm going to go ahead and put them in the canner. And we'll bring you to that because I'm hoping that I can double stack my canner because these are the smaller jars. I'm hoping I have enough room to do that. That way I can do both of these jars in one session, and that just saves me a whole lot of time. We'll bring you back when it comes to that phase. Okay, well, you're back. But went ahead and got the first batch. I forgot, I only have 2 extra trays, because this canner doesn't come with a, it comes with a basket. Let me go grab it, I'll show you to you. And I knew I didn't have room, because I had more jars than I had back at the basket space. But here's the basket that came with the canner. And this is a ball canner. You put your jars in here and you take it in and out of the water, but it takes up a lot of space, and if I don't use it, I get 2 extra jars in the canner. So, typically when you use the half pint and smaller, you can double stack them in this canner. But I forgot I used my extra one here because I double stacked my pints of my chili in here. So, you want the water to be at a rapid boil, which you can see. It's not a rapid boil. When it comes to a rapid boil, that's when you set the timer for the processing time. Now that it's been 30 minutes, which is the processing time, turning off the water, letting the heat escape, putting more humid in the air. It's already raining and it's hot here in Texas, but anyway. So now that's going to cool. When you water bath, you can actually take them out of the jar right then and there. Or you can wait 10 minutes to let them cool off and cool down just a little bit and take them out. It's personal choice. And then while you're up here, let me show you. These are my fruit cocktail. I tried to be very careful to make sure there was at least 1 maraschino cherry, because I don't put a whole lot in these jars of maraschino cherries. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. But I got 13 jars of peaches, and I got 13 jars of the fruit cocktail. So that's going to be my next batch. So, sorry for the moving. Now I'm just going to take them out of the canner, set them in another room because there's a whole bunch of jars that are going to need to cool. And I've got 2 more projects I want to get done, so I need my kitchen space. So I'm using my formal dining room as my cooling rack area. Okay, we'll bring you back when we're totally done and all the jars are out.